let's start with review. There's two different functions in PowerPoint that allow us to review our presentation. Actually, the better word is collaborate, because these features are designed for multiple authors of your presentation. And the first one is comments. Comments are found on the Review tab of the ribbon, and we have various options here. New comment, we can delete a comment if we have one, previous, next, or we can show the comment pane, which will show all the comments in the current presentation. This presentation has no comments, so I'm going to click New Comment, which will open the comments pane, give me an icon on my slide that tells me I have a comment. I just want to say a great slide. Now, another person could come back here, another author, and reply to this comment saying whatever they wish. I'm going to add one more comment. I'm going to highlight lesson 16, say new comment. Notice how I get another bubble up by lesson 16, and I'm going to say a comment in the final lesson. So that's how comments work. If I have the comment pane closed and I click either one of these bubbles, the comment pane will open with that comment highlighted with a red square around it. Next we have compare. Compare allows us to look at two presentations and either combine them or look at the differences in the two. So if I had a copy of this presentation, which I'm going to do really quickly, I'm going to save as here. I'm just going to save this in my local computer. I'm going to call this 1. I'm going to, on this slide, make a change. I'm going to add an online picture here. Let's see, flower. We'll use this. Looks good to me. And let's see, we'll add this. All right, so now we have some pictures here, and we'll say some text. All right, I'm going to now compare this presentation to my other presentation that we started the lesson with. So, slide changes. You will see these are the changes in the two presentations. Presentation 1 does not have this comment, and does not have this title. If I go to this slide, we will see that there are 4 changes. I can accept changes here, accept all changes to the slide, accept all in the presentation. I can go through the differences. Each of them is marked by an icon. As you see here, notice when I point to one, it gives me various options. Then I can end my review, which will apply the current accept and reject decisions. So if I accept this slide, we'll accept all changes to this slide. Notice how it goes back to the way it was before, because I'm comparing it to the other presentation that has none of them. I can reject all changes to this slide and it will return to the way it was. So we're actually going backwards. I'm comparing this presentation 1 of the presentation that I started with doesn't have this slide. So the way I did this might be a little confusing, but I think you get the idea. So if I accept all changes to the slide, everything goes away because we're comparing it to the original presentation. And then I can reject, and then I can end my review. Are you sure you want to end the review? This will end the review, and any unsaved change will be discarded. Okay. So now I'm back to my one presentation. And if I go in here and open my original, we'll see that that slide does not exist. And this slide does not exist either because I created it and then saved it as one. So let's close this. Let's take this and save as here. And I'm actually going to overwrite my other presentation. Oops. You can't do that when you have it open. Let's try again. All right. After that little problem there, now we're good. Okay, now let's talk about sharing. So I have this great share button here that allows me to do certain things. I can invite people to the presentation, email it, present it online, or publish my slides, or I can save it to the cloud being OneDrive or a SharePoint. See, I have two SharePoints here and a OneDrive. A SharePoint is typically a corporate network, and a OneDrive would be your personal cloud storage. You can add other places here. You can only add SharePoints or OneDrives directly in. I can go to Account here and add other services such as Facebook, Flickr, YouTube, or Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter. I can then share my presentation to these various cloud sources. You'll notice the biggest change from 2010 to 2013 is the built-in OneDrive, formerly called SkyDrive, and SharePoint integration. In 2010, we got the save dialog box like this, and over here you could have your OneDrive icons. However, it wasn't built right in where you could save directly from the Save As menu directly to a cloud source as you can in 2013. So we can also export our presentation. We can make a video. We can create handouts. We can save it as a PDF or XPS. XPS is Microsoft's version of a PDF. Most people use PDFs, which is pretty much the standard. This option right here is really nice. I can turn my presentation into a video. So if I click this, save your presentation video, lets you burn to a disk, upload, incorporates all recorded timing, narration, laser point gestures, preserves animations, transitions to me. So basically, I have to take my presentation and make it a double-clickable file that you can watch. So obviously, slide timings would be important if you wanted to do a video, because you see seconds spent on each slide, 5.0 if we do not use timings and narration. If I use them, which it's grayed out because I don't have them, if I use them, this won't happen. The 5 seconds won't be used. So obviously it makes sense to have them unless you want every slide to be viewed this exact same amount of time. I can also view what I want to output it to, a monitor, the internet, or a DVD, or a portable device. Notice it just changes the size of the presentation, which also affects the quality. Package presentation for a CD, so it'll link everything and add any files edited, so any other outside videos, sound files, etc. are pulled in, so we can give out the CD. Create handouts, so put all the slide notes in a Word document. So I take all my notes and put them in an editable Word document. And if I change the presentation, the handout is linked, so the handout automatically changes. And again, create PDF or XPS just creates a non-editable file that can be viewed on for XPS, Windows device, or PDF, pretty much any device you can imagine, whether it's mobile, a Windows computer, a Macintosh computer, Linux, etc. Change file type. These are different file types I can use. This is also accessible in Save As. Can save it as an earlier PowerPoint presentation, an open document, a template. Can save it as a picture. Each slide is its own picture, or I can just save one slide as a picture, which I can pretty much do anything with, put it on the web or whatnot. Obviously, these create one for each slide. So if you have 30 slides, it's 30 different files. Would seem a PDF would be a more appropriate choice in this case.